Hey, it's Jen Purdue from MyNAMS.com and the Novice to Advanced Marketing Systems. And I wanted to record this quick video for you because I saw that you clicked over to our NAMS Retreat St. Croix Q&A session, but we missed you on the call. So I wanted to just go through, answer some questions for you, get this video over to you since we're coming up on our deadline for registration. That way, if you have any other questions, you can just hit reply and ask me directly. And that way we can get everything answered for you so that you can make the decision about moving forward and getting booked. So the very first thing that I was asked was, are we actually working, or is this going to be strategy only? So it's going to be a little bit of a mix. Now, this group is small. We can only have 10 people in the actual mastermind sessions. Now, we already have everybody that signed up so far is bringing their spouse. So the way that we designed the curriculum for this, or the agenda for this, was really based on the input from the very first group of people that signed up. So the idea was that everybody wanted to have a good business working session every day, but they also wanted to have time to spend and network with other people in the group or spend time with their spouses. We have 2 people who are actually having anniversaries. We have 1 person with a birthday. So, we really wanted to have some fun with this too. Now, the majority of the people that are in the group so far really want to work on strategy. And, they were like, we can work at home when we get home if we know what it is. Excuse me, if that we actually need to be working on and focusing on. So there'll be some time that, if we need to get in and actually do something for you and help you do something, we can do that. But the majority of this is going to be walking through everybody's businesses and seeing where we can streamline. And the entire premise behind this retreat is to work with people who want to make more money in their business, but do less. And I'm not talking about, get rich quick, flash, bang, bright, shiny object kind of stuff. I'm talking about evaluating the things in your business that actually drive sales so that you can spend your time doing that, as opposed to, one of the challenges many people have is they're trying to be everything and be everywhere, and they're either not putting enough effort into something so that it's generating money, or they're not quite sure how to scale the areas of their business that is converting well and optimizing well. So what we really want to do is figure out and identify the things that work well, that generate revenue, and how you can do more of that, and how you can automate more of that, so that you have got more time to spend with your family and your friends doing the kind of things that you want to do. That's why we want to be entrepreneurs, right? We want some freedom here. And it's not freedom when you're working 18-hour days, or you're working 7 days a week, that kind of thing. So, the answer to that question is yes, we'll be doing some in the weeds kind of work if we need to, but we're going to actually do mostly strategy so that you have a good game plan for when you get home, you know exactly what to implement and what to do. So another question that we had was, how can we get this much stuff done if we're only working in 5-hour sessions each day? This is why I kept the group small. 5-hour sessions each day is plenty of time for us to go through and brainstorm and strategize and find the areas that you can really enhance in your business to make more money. Now, I don't want you to miss the other part of this, though. The reason why we're scheduling the days, so there's 2 reasons why I scheduled the days the way that we did. So first off, St. Croix is, if you don't know, is the easternmost point of the United States. So it gets light early there. It's very hard to sleep late because the sun is shining. It's so bright. Sun's reflecting off the ocean. People tend to get up on the island early. And because it's the first place that gets light, it's also the first place that gets dark. So we want to start our days early, and we're going to be starting our sessions at 8 o'clock, and that'll be plenty of time. And we are going to run our sessions from 8 to 1 each day. And in the meantime, for everybody that brings their spouses, my husband's going to be there at the resort and doing activities with spouses, sightseeing, snorkeling, hiking, whatever folks want to do while we work. And when we're done working, we as a group are planning the remainder of our time. So we're going to do resort days, a couple of days where I've got private cabanas by the pool. People can relax, they can talk with each other, they can network. We can still talk, we can still work, but there's no reason why we shouldn't be doing it in a pool or doing it on a beach. Listen, I work at, you guys can see I'm in my office at home. This is my, I'm very rarely in my office. I actually have an office set up outside by my pool because that's where I get more work done. I don't do conference calls out there, right? But I do a lot of writing out there because I'm just in an element that is that's conducive for me to work. And I find that same happens when I'm down in the Caribbean at the beach. So, we've got resort days planned where we'll be hanging together. If you want, you don't have to. You guys, you and your spouse or you and somebody else that you may have met and networked can go network someplace else privately if you want. But we're all going to be available. We're also going to have some activities, which means that, we'll have some car rides. We'll be over at some beachside restaurants. We'll be doing some actual other activities, rainforest tours. We've got a private sunset cruise booked. So, there's going to be time that we're all going to be together, and we're inevitably going to talk about business and ideas and networking. Some of the best mastermind retreats that I've been to have actually been a really good mix of what we call classroom style learning or work, and then extracurricular, because it really gives you a chance to network with other people, build some relationships. You might find a JV partner. So that's why we want to make sure we have plenty of fun time built in as well. So we're going to have plenty of time to do that. Now, I will tell you that the event starts on Monday, October the 14th, and we will run through Friday evening for the event. We'll actually kickoff will be Sunday night, which is the 13th. We'll just have a group dinner together. A lot of our folks are flying in on Saturday because the airfare is a little bit cheaper on Saturday, and they just want to make sure that they have a little bit of extra time to enjoy the resort, enjoy St. Croix, and just get comfortable and be well rested. Friday night, the resort is actually holding they're catering a private beachside dinner, going away dinner for all of us as well. And so in between Sunday night and Friday night, we'll be doing meals, going out to dinner, going to some of our favorite restaurants in St. Croix. If you haven't seen my previous emails, this will be my 7th time in St. Croix since February of last year. And my husband and I went down there to visit a friend who had recently moved down there, and we fell in love with the island. And we now have a ton of friends on the island because we're there so frequently. We try to go once a quarter, and we have figured out great ways to travel down there. So it's affordable, so it's fun, but we're also just not immersed in like the real touristy areas of the island. Now, I will say that in October, when we're doing this is one of the reasons why I chose October as well. It is the off season down there. So it will be much less crowded. We'll have an opportunity to really have good attention at the restaurants, at some of the events that we're going to do, and at the resort as well. Oh, and I just wanted to say, again, the big thing that we're going to be focusing on during our classroom sessions is how do we remove the things from your business that aren't generating money, so that we open up space for the things that are generating money or are generating engagement. How can we develop those things further? The things that are working for you, we want to get those in place and remove the things that aren't working well for you. So the other thing I really wanted to say here about this is, a lot of you guys know my dad, David. And, if you don't, he was the one that originally started NAMS back in 2007. I started with the company in 2011 when he was looking for an operations manager. And I quickly kind of worked my way up to become the director of sales, then was the director of marketing, and then was his partner. And in January 1st of 2023, I bought the company from him as he retired. And something that you may know about my dad was that he was a prolific product creator. He was also a workaholic. He was a workaholic my entire life, actually. Even outside of him running this business, he was a consultant. And, as a kid, he was a workaholic as well. He loves to work. And listen, I like to work too, but I don't always want to work on my business. I like to work in my garden. I like to, we've got a homestead here. We've got a little farm. I like to work doing that kind of stuff. So for me, my primary purpose in my business is to figure out how to create a business that supports my lifestyle. My lifestyle was very different than my dad's. He liked to create products. He liked to create self-study products, right? Well, one of my passions is working with people one-on-one or working with people in smaller groups because I feel like we make bigger impact that way. And that's how I operate. That's how I like to do things. So I've been making this switch internally in my own business as well. I actually own 3 businesses. 2 of them have partners. NAMS is the only one that I have that I don't have a partner in. My husband owns a business. So we are very much in tune with how to develop and build our businesses around the lifestyle that we want. We're not driving Lamborghinis. We're not in mega mansions. We live on a 4-acre hobby farm. I drive a Subaru station wagon. That's what I need that fits my lifestyle. My lifestyle is about traveling. It's about spending time with my family. It's about supporting our kids, and so everybody's why is different. And I'm saying this because I want you to understand that I'm not the person that wants to go stand on a stage. I'm not looking at, being a ClickFunnels 7, I don't even know what they call it, the 7 comma club for a funnel. That's not the kind of thing I'm looking for. And most of the people in the NAMS community aren't looking for that either. We're just regular people who want to build a business that supports us, our goals, our families, and the lifestyle that we choose and that we want. So I just wanted to say that because, if you don't know me well, you may not know that, I'm not the person that is looking to push you to become a guru. I'm not looking to become one. What I'm looking for is ways that we can help people build solid businesses on solid foundations that continue to make you money over and over and over again. Now, the other thing that's really important about this is once you've got this business going, how do you continue to make money and how do you build an exit strategy around that? And Dad was actually going to come with us on this retreat and had some complications. We couldn't make that happen for him to be there live, but he's going to be there every day via Zoom. And the resort is hooking us up. So we've got the big screen. We can have him in on Zoom. He's going to really help everybody work on their exit strategy. In that, how do you generate money even after you're ready to retire with your business? It could be selling your business. It could be just having automation in place with teams where you're not actually doing a lot of the work. We're going to talk through all of that and we're going to work on everybody's businesses individually. And David is going to hold individual sessions with folks as well so that you guys can really get into the nitty gritty of what your business looks, what it is, what you want it to look like, and what kind of time frame you're looking at for exit strategies, because that's really important as you try to build and grow. Let's see, I had a bunch of notes here. Let me get all those pulled up. So the way that this is going to work, we have got the resort set up. You can actually arrive as early as the 9th of October. That's when I'm going to be there. And I'm going a little bit early just so I can do some things like get your snack baskets ready for your rooms. And, I've got a couple meetings while I'm down there, but I will be coming in on the 9th with my husband. We actually have another couple who is participating in the retreat who's coming in on the 9th as well. And then the majority of everybody else is coming on the 12th. And the hotel is honoring the rates from the 9th through the 20th. And if you want to stay past the 20th and extend out further, I can negotiate that as well. So the way that this is going to work is that our retreat is, it's $3,000 per participant. And then we have a spouse's option that is $1,000 to add on. We wanted to make the spouse's option as affordable as possible. Now, what that includes is your mastermind sessions every day. And, that's going to be our conference space. It's going to be our snacks. It's going to be the meetings with David. It's going to be all the work that we do. We're also covering all of your meals while you're there, beginning on Sunday evening, and that will go through Saturday morning. We're covering snorkeling gear for everybody. And, if you have your spouse with you, your spouse gets their own. We're covering snorkeling gear for everybody for every day that they're there. That way, or every day of the retreat, I should say. So that way you've got your own stuff. We're not spending time checking in, checking out. You can go jump in the water and do a quick snorkel. The area where the resort is part of an incredible mile-long reef. That is one of our favorite places to snorkel down in the Caribbean. And we'll be doing lots of that as a group. My husband will be taking people, and spouses during the day as well. So activities, we're going to do 3 structured group activities, and where we'll do all that together, and we'll decide once we have the group completely set, so we know what physical levels everybody's at. Listen, I'm 50. I got a bad hip. I'm not trying to go zip lining. I'm not trying to go rock climbing. We're not going to be doing stuff like that. And I say I'm 50. I'm the youngest person on the trip as of now. So this is not a group of 20 and 30-year-olds who are ready to go party like crazy. This is a group of 50 plus people who are really serious about their business, who want to have a nice time, who want to eat good meals, who want to do fun activities and enjoy themselves. But, we're not going to be doing any crazy stuff. Okay. So we're going to cover 3 activities. We've got a private sunset cruise booked midweek. And so that's included. And then all of your transportation is included. Now, what is not included is your airfare, which I can help you to get. I have a knack for this. Somebody just told me the other day I should have been a travel agent. I can help you to find airfare that really works for you. I was actually able to save one of our participants. I think we saved her over $2,000 from what she was originally looking to book versus what we got her. I know the flight schedules and I know the area really well down there. So airfare is not included, and the resort, the room is not included. The reason for that is I was able to get cheaper rates for the actual convention part of this. And a lot of our folks have Marriott rewards points, and you couldn't use your points if I had the contract on your rooms. So I was able to negotiate the hotel rates for are 50% less than what I paid at this resort when I stayed there a year ago. So the rates are really good. We have 2 rate options for the hotel rooms. We have waterfront or oceanfront, and we have ocean view. Now, I've stayed at this resort. This resort is long and narrow. Personally, we stayed oceanfront when we went last time, and it was a waste of money. And not that it wasn't amazing and beautiful, we just weren't in the villa enough to justify spending money on water or beachfront or oceanfront, I should say. Every room has an ocean view to it. You can see the ocean from anywhere. Like I said, the resort's not huge. This is a Marriott, It is under renovation. It has been under renovation for about 18 months now. They have been going through and doing all of the individual villas, redoing the restaurants and things like that. So Marriott has taken this over. And like I said, we were there a year ago. We absolutely loved it. We had a great time when we were there. The staff was incredible. The property was incredible. You know, we're just really excited about sharing one of our favorite places with the NAMS community as well. So I do have I've got 3 different couple friends who live on the island as well. One of my best friends who moved down there in 2022 is going to be very close to us. He works at the hospital. His wife is a physical therapist, also works at the hospital. So we've got some resources available. Not that I anticipate anything happening, but I do have some resources available close by to us. They only live about 2 miles from the resort, and they'll be available for us as well. You know, if anything happens, and we just need some recommendations or some help on medical services. So I've already kind of thought through that as well. So with all that being said, I've included the links below for the single option or the spouse's option. Our cutoff is Monday for signups. And that's just because I have a contract with the resort and we have to start finalizing numbers. So I've got to have a head count. What we are doing is only taking a 50% deposit though, and we won't charge the remaining balance until the end of September. And we'll see that when you click the link below, you'll be able to actually just do half price. If you'd rather go ahead and pay in full, you can just submit it twice, and I'll make a note in the back end that we don't bill you again in September. As soon as you sign up, you are going to be taken right over to our private Facebook page. And once we've got our final numbers on Monday, we will then start working our activity list and we'll start working our session topics. So I want to make sure that everybody has input in the agenda that we're doing. We'll also start going through things like food allergies, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I want to make sure that we have our numbers solid first. And then anything that we need to submit to the catering staff at the resort that we need to know about for restaurants, things like that, we'll start getting that organized. But as of right now, the biggest thing is just getting our final head count solidified so that I can pass that information along to the resort. If you decide that you want to come in on the 9th and have a couple days before the mastermind starts, again, the resort is honoring that price up to the 9th. And I will just work with you directly to make sure that flight-wise that we get you picked up. Who knows, you might be on the same flight as us. The other couple that's coming on the 9th ended up on the same flight as us. So, we'll make all that work out. This is going to be, for you, very laid back. I am really good at planning. I've been running live events, not only for NAMS, but I actually did, as you don't know, I worked for Outdoor Rec Company for 20 years before I came to NAMS. And I have trip led in Costa Rica. I've trip led in Panama and in Nicaragua. And so I'm really good at making sure from a trip planning perspective that we have got everything all lined up and ready to go, and that I deal with anything that happens on site that needs to be dealt with. So again, if you have any questions at all, please just hit reply to this email. Let me know. There's not anybody that this isn't right for. I will say that you should have a good idea. If you haven't started your business yet, you should have a really good, clear idea of what you want your niche to be, what you want your business to be, what your why is, what the purpose is of starting an online business, so that that we can really help you kind of develop out what that execution plan is going to look like for you long term. So with that being said, I really hope to see you. And like a video or the sign up links are down below. and let's do this. I am so excited to share one of my favorite places with you. So I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.